Kirk Franklin sits down with former NFL quarterback Cam Newton, and he gets candid and at times emotional, talking about his mother and her abandoning him and his siblings. So I'll be reacting to that portion of the interview that Cam had with Kirk Franklin. And let me know your opinions, your thoughts in the comments below. This is heartbreaking. But without further ado, let's dive into it.
I've never told the story before.
Look again.
I'm going to tell the story for the first time in my life. This is why I stopped talking to my biological mother. Here it is. 32 years old, my sister gets out of prison, and I'm the only one trying to help her. And she needs a lot of help. Where's she going to stay? What is she going to do? Because again, she's been in prison with this institutionalized drugs, all these different things. I found a ministry that I paid these two ladies to just kind of mother her and nurture her. And she stayed in their house with a few other ladies and young girls that were kind of going through the same thing. And my sister was still struggling with drugs and, you know, her body and use for drugs and all these different things. And it was more than a 32-year-old boy could handle.
Correct.
And my sister has a younger daughter who's like a child to me and Tammy. Her name is Monica. Incredible. She came into my life, she was 14. She showed up at my doorstep and said, "You my uncle." I didn't even know I had a niece. And so she was 14, I was about 31, 32 years old. And so Monica is living with this lady who's like a grandmother to her. And so I say to Monica, I said, we need to, and to the ladies my sister's living with, we need to find a way to get people together to help my sister.
Right.
So we reached out. I had somebody reach, it was either Monica, somebody reached out.
I'm going to pause it here. You can hear the level of stress, anxiety, and pain in Kirk Franklin's voice. You can see it in his eyes. You could tell that, you know, although he's famous, he has all these accolades by the world's standards, not having a relationship with your biological mother, whom God gifted your mother to birth you, is painful. I can imagine going through that myself. Now, my father was never in the picture. He was an alcoholic, and there was a lot of things that I had to heal from, and a lot of pain and thoughts that I still have to this day. But thanks be to God that God would never leave us nor forsake us. That doesn't mean that we're not going to go through pain. We're not going to blame ourselves and think that we're the problem. All I'm saying is that pray, get around safe people, and know that you are not a castaway. Kirk Franklin's mom was dealing with a lot of demons, a lot of hurt and pain, and she's probably dealing with the same things to this day. But God is the ultimate healer. And I pray for Kirk Franklin, and I pray for you as well if you've experienced something such as this.
Mother Deborah, Sandra, and then they have another sister named Dee Dee. And we needed to do an intervention to help Sawana. Because again, this is not my daughter. Sawana's not my daughter. She's my sister. Sawana has a real mama living. And I need help from the family because, again, I don't know.
It takes a village.
It takes a village.
Right.
So I called, I'm trying to remember if I called. I don't think I called, but I had somebody call everybody together.
A representative of you.
And so we met up all together at the house that Monica was, that Sawana's daughter Monica was living in. And when we all met up, everybody showed up, but my biological mother, she showed up with her new husband. Nobody had ever known this man. Nobody knew who this man was. She shows up with her new husband. So we're trying to do this intervention. And it's not going well. because my biological mother has always had a temper. And the way she was communicating with my sister was not compassionate, was not healing. And it was a struggle for me to watch the way she was handling my sister. It was very difficult. But I could see she was trying. I just, it was like, I remember as a child, the times that I would be around my biological mother, she was a firecracker. I'm a firecracker.
Correct.
I got that too. And so the way that it was going okay. It wasn't going the way, that I pictured in my mind, like the Hallmark card. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? I had in my mind the kumbaya.
You're Kirk Franklin. You thought you had everything under control. People think you have everything. You're wearing designer from head to toe. You sell out arenas. You do this, you do that. Everybody knows who you are. But
I can't fix this.
Girl.
And I'm 32 years old. See, I'm 54.
Cam is right. Kirk Franklin sells out arenas. He wears designer clothes. Everyone on the outside, if you're famous, everyone tends to think that a person has it all together. And oftentimes, the entertainers, the singers, the actors, the actresses, the athletes are the ones who are going through it worse. And their faith, their foundation must be rooted and planted in God. Because I'm sure you've heard this saying, different levels, different devils. And in Kirk Franklin's defense, his mom was never in the picture, even before he got the fame and the glory from a world standpoint. She was never in the picture. And anger is something that's huge, especially in the African American community. Sitting in your anger and being angry is one thing. See, I struggle with my explosiveness and my anger, and I pray that God, continues to convict me that I'm aware and accountable of these things. But Vodi Bakum had a sermon that I reacted to that I want you to go check out, talking about allowing God to control your anger and not allowing your anger, your wrath to get the best of you, and not sinning in your anger. So the things that Kirk Franklin's mother was showing him at a very young age before she abandoned him are some things, emotions and traits and trauma that Kirk Franklin now has to deal with. Specifically saying that she was a firecracker and he's a firecracker. So parents are parents. We're all sinful, and it's easy to allow our flesh to get in the way. But as adults, as we mature, we have to give it to God. And if your parents, if your mother in this case is not safe, you have to distance yourself from them. That doesn't mean that you don't love them, but you have to set strong and firm boundaries.
So you look back and like, 32, I don't know what I'm doing.
Right.
So as this intervention ended, Deborah, my biological sister, my sister and myself, as it ended before we were about to leave, we all three hugged. We all three hugged because, mind you, we hadn't been around each other in years. When we started hugging, it was either Sandra or Dee Dee. I think it was Sandra. One of them said, oh, this is, I could hear one of them say, this is so beautiful. This is the way family should be. This is the way y'all need to be doing. Y'all need to be, and then I said, hey guys, this is not about us. This is about Sawana. Mm-hmm. This moment is about Sawana. We need to focus on Sawana. Right. After I said that, Deborah's new husband in the corner, he yells, what you need to do is call your mama sometime. I said, sir, I don't know who you are, but she's the mother, I'm the child. He says, yeah, but you call yourself a Christian. My boy, I retched up and made my way over. I was giving go, and it turned into a whole mess. And it got heated, it got bad, and my mother did something that crushed my heart. She grabbed his hand and said, come on, baby, let's go. And she walked out of the house on her 2 kids. And she stood by the side of this Nigga.
Nigga.
I can't say it because somebody always says something when I say it.
I will.
And walks out with him. And they told me I must have blacked out because they told me what I said is they said I followed them outside on the porch, because in that hood you got porches.
Yes, sir.
They said I walked out and followed them on the porch and I yelled at my mama, that's right, go ahead and walk out like you always do.
That's deep. Again, the hurt and the pain in Kirk's voice shows you that this man has gone through a lot in his life. And to be at that house, having a moment with his sister and trying to reconnect the family and thinking and praising and thanking God that they're back together, for his mother to abandon him again, remain selfish in those critical moments, and walking out with her new husband is just straight satanic, demonic, and I don't want to over spiritualize this, but it's plain wrong. And shame on his mother for doing that, and shame on that coward. I can't even call him a man, her husband, for saying that, and not having the to and the sensitivity to know how important that moment was for Kirk and his sisters and his mother, and for him to say that, and for Kirk's mother to react in that manner shows you that they are not safe. And if someone shows you who they are, believe them the first time and keep your distance and pray to God that he gives you the strength to carry on.
And the fact that she took that man's hand and she did not say to him, baby, you stay over there. This is between me and my kids. Kids that I know I did not raise. Kids that I know I did not nurture. Kids that I know I did not protect. Kids that I know that I did not provide for. Kids that I know that I did not defend. Kids that I did not love. Kids that did not have their mama. You stand over there and let me deal with my kids. She did not deal with her kids. She took that
nigga
man's side and walked out with him. And I promised myself, now, see, I couldn't protect myself as a little boy, but as a grown man, I will never be put in a position where you will ever be able to do me like that again. And so for 23 years, I did not see or speak to my biological mother. So when this happened last year, and after all that I've gone through, and to still get these denials, I'm not good, but I'm good. I'm good. For me, there's nothing else. Two DNA tests? You denying 2 DNA tests? I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I got too much to deal with. I can't, at some point, you got to save what is still together. Mm-hmm. Ooh, did somebody get that?
No. I'm with you.
At some point, you got to save what's still together.
Yes, Lord.
Because if not, you can't give them everything to break. Mm.
You bruised, but you ain't broke.
Yes, sir. But you will be if you give them everything to break.
Because I say this, when I hear you talk about this situation, I'm getting goosebumps listening to it.
That's the first time I'd ever talked about that.
Thank you. But I would tell you this. You've allowed your mother to make it right, and she constantly failed. Where you just, if she said, hold on, baby. Hold on. I can make it right now.
Right now.
Kirk, I'm here.
Right now, with both of us.
I'm here. I apologize.
Yeah.
I'm broke too.
Yeah.
We all are.
Yeah, hold on. Peep game, King. Watch this. About a year or two later, I'm in Louisiana at a concert, and I have to do a meet and greet. Do you know that there were these strangers that walked up to me? Cam, God is crazy. These strangers walked up to me at the meet and greet and said, Kirk, we just want to apologize to you. I'm like, this is my first time meeting these people. They said, we are the children. We are the children of the man that your mama married. And we heard about what happened. That's him. And we're sorry because we know him. And we know what he did, and we know the spirit of it. We know because he's our biological father. And we want to say, dude, the odds of that?
Yeah.
The odds of that. You got to be careful how you treat people because we are so closely connected on this planet. 6 degrees, right? 6 degrees. You got to be very careful how you treat people because people still matter.
For sure. We serve a God who forgives, but it first starts with us.
Let me wrap up saying this. When Kirk was in Louisiana at the concert, and the two children of Kirk's father apologized, that was divine intervention. That was a miracle. We know that God works in mysterious ways. And for Kirk to experience that and to have some sort of relief, that should give us all notice that God is for us. And if God is for us, who can be against us? So as I wrap this up, let me know what you guys think of this. This was an awesome interview. I encourage every one of you to check it out in its entirety. And this was only a reaction to the pain in Kirk Franklin's voice and his eyes talking about the toxic relationship that he had with his mother. So I'm praying for you, Kirk. I'm sure you'll never ever see this video, but I'm praying for you. I pray that God will continue to give you the strength and the peace and the courage to carry on and to serve out his purpose and plan that he has for you in this life. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Talk to you later.